So I'm using two devices actually, my laptop so that I can share the screen with you, and also my cell phone, which is better in terms of audio as well as the video quality. So don't be confused if you see me at two places. If you see me at two places, please don't be confused. One is not the ghost of me. I am myself.
మీ పేరు వేరే మారింది. కొండలవారు మీ పేరు కొంచెం వేరే వచ్చేసింది. కృష్ణకాంత్ చౌదరి అని వచ్చేసింది. Krishna. Yeah, the gentleman on the left is
Krishnakant.
Dr. Hodal Rao. Good afternoon, Naveen. Shashi. Disturbance బాగుందమ్మా, డిస్టర్బెన్స్ బాగుంది. శశి ఇప్పుడు సరిగ్గా వచ్చి సార్ ఇప్పుడు. యా, నౌ ఇట్స్ సెట్ రైట్. Can you hear me without microphone? Hello? Can you hear me now?
Hello.
Can you hear me now?
Hello, Maya.
I see you.
Yeah, hello.
చంద్రుని హెడ్ ఫోన్స్ ఎవరా? చంద్రు బ్యాగ్ లో ఫైన్ చేస్తుంటాయి.
We are live on YouTube also. మనం యూట్యూబ్ లో కూడా లైవ్ లో ఉన్నాం ఇప్పుడు. నేను లింక్ షేర్ చేస్తాను చాట్ లో, so that it can be viewed on YouTube too. Please share it with all your friends. Like to join the video.
టోపీ నా దాంట్లోనే
Watch the video.
టోపీ
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear Maya.
No, I think it's time we start now. Krishna. Yeah, Krishna. Yeah. Can we start now? Yeah, Rajeshwar. Yeah, are we expecting some more?
I think Mr. Rajeshwar is on mute, but he's talking.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Don't you hear me?
One more needs to be here, right?
Just a second. Yeah. Can you hear me now? Yeah. Okay.
Some of people need to mute themselves, perhaps.
Okay.
Please, everyone, mute audio. We are about to start the program.
Okay. It is audible now.
Yes.
Remove that one. Remove earphones. Use this earphone. Punishment lo పెట్టుకుంటే అది పట్టుకొని ఫోన్ పట్టుకొని ఇది తీసేద్దాం ఇది
So if everything is set, please permit me to begin the program. I would like Professor Reddy to give me the go ahead.
So shall we begin now?
Yes, sir. I am waiting for you to give me the go ahead.
But are we all here? One or two more? 1, 2, 3. Let me take the one. 4, 5.
We are 29 now.
Yeah, but
It's now 30.
వినిపిస్తాను హలో
may I request some of the participants to unmute themselves?
Shorter dreams.
హలో
Hello?
I will.
Professor Rajeshwar.
Yes, I will call
Rajeshwar gar.
Who is speaking?
Shorter dreams.
చూడండి
Who is speaking? Yeah. Let me call out the names of participants whose audio is on, unmuted. So please,
కళ్ళు మూసినట్టు వస్తుంది
Dr. Kondal Rao and
keep your head up and look
Sashi Kiran, I think it's Navin sir, and D. Ramesh, Dinesh, Venkat, Venkana, and Ravindra Nath. Please, all of you mute. Krishna, otherwise you can mute everyone. Please mute everyone except the speaker.
Okay, I'll mute everyone.
That would be better because there's a lot of echo. Yeah. All right. All right. All right. Now let's begin the program, and according to we'll go by the agenda. I am Professor Rajeshwar, and I am the coordinator of this webinar. And I welcome you all to this program, which is focused on Professor K. Indrasena Reddy's translation of Navin sir's novel, Chaitanya Swapnalu. This is primarily conceived as a discussion session. So there will be opportunity for everyone to discuss and share their views on this novel. Going by the agenda, the first item is Professor K. Indrasena Reddy will be making a short presentation about the program and a very short, brief introduction on the program coordinator, which is me. So I welcome Professor Indrasena Reddy to begin the program with a few words on the program. Please go ahead, sir.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening to you all. And I feel it's a very, very happy and great day for me.
Please mute everyone.
I don't know.
There is some background
Can this be?
noise in the. Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Krishna.
Go ahead, sir.
Mute everyone అంటున్నారు.
Krishna, please mute everyone except Professor Reddy
Can
and
you
me.
mute, I mean,
ఆయన నావెల్ రాస్తారు.
I am doing that.
yeah.
ఆయన నావెల్ గురించి చెప్పమంటున్నారు.
Yeah. Except me and Professor Reddy, please mute everyone.
నేను రాసుకొచ్చుకున్నారండి.
Yes, sir. Sir, please go ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening to you all. And it's a very, very great occasion for me because I'm not used to this kind of webinar atmosphere at all. Because I'm an old timer myself, and we are used to only seminars during my tenure of service. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, please.
Ah.
We can all hear
And,
you. Please go ahead.
Well, the session is a discussion on Ampashaya Naveed's novel Chedrina Swapnalu, which I translated into English as Dream Shattered. And I think these publishers, Delhi publishers, well, they did a very good job of producing the book even during the corona. In fact, when we planned the seminar, a webinar, if I go back in time, we never imagined that COVID-19 would overtake us, overwhelm us, and influence us. And the book, which would have been normally launched in a conventional, traditional manner, and now I think we are required to organize this webinar. Well, I welcome you all once again. Well, let me introduce today's webinar coordinator, Professor Rajesh, to you. He is on the University Council of Kakatiya, and this is a topmost apex body of the university. And let me also tell you that it came his way unasked. And this gentleman, Professor Rajeshwar, is not the one to run after positions. And he's a man of character and integrity. And in fact, it came his way. And I remember very well his saying often, I am always working during my waking hours. In fact, I am reminded of what Professor CDN of Dwanyaloka used to tell me. It was my good fortune that I attended a couple of seminars or workshops organized by him in Dwanyaloka, Mysore. Well, I think this is what exactly Professor CDN used to say. And now let me introduce Rajeshwar, Professor Rajeshwar very properly. And Rajeshwar is a globetrotter. He lectured in several universities like Finland, where he lectured for 4 times. And he delivered lectures in Italy, at the University of Turin, and he also lectured in the University of Vigo in Spain, and Colombo University in Sri Lanka. And he also taught in Africa for a couple of years as professor of English. He published several books. And in fact, his maiden publication happens to be the novels of Ole Soyinka, an African writer and Nobel laureate. And I had the privilege of doing a review of that way back some 25 years ago. And he published something like 26 books. Either he edited or co-edited with American, European, and Indian scholars. It's really our good fortune that he's around to coordinate this program. Well, in fact, late Professor Shivkumar used to tell me very often, referring to Atlantic Review, if I remember correctly, and you have one Professor Rajeshwar. I think it's very nice. I remember the words of the great man. That really is a testimony to the greatness of Rajeshwar as a great scholar. And it's the good fortune of Kakatiya University to have him. And and I'm very, very happy that we have been working together on this webinar. And Well, I'm very happy to announce that a few friends of mine from Brazil are here to watch and participate in the seminar. And I hope we will have enough time, at least some time, at least another 25, 30 minutes for them in the open session called the open session. So with this, I think I'll hand over the entire thing to Professor Rajeshwar to conduct the proceedings of the webinar. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for those nice and kind words of introduction, and also for introducing the theme of the webinar. Yeah. The second item on the agenda is introduction of the guests and also invitees. So I will take about maybe 10 minutes to introduce all the important guests and invited speakers. Since Dr. Ampasya Naveen happens to be the hero of this evening's program, I would begin with an introduction to Dr. Naveen. Dr. Ampasya Naveen has, to his credit, more than 30 novels and many collections of short stories. He is well known as the greatest practitioner of the stream of consciousness technique in Telugu fiction. His first trilogy, called the Ravi Trilogy, which includes his first novel, Ampasya, which has gone on to become his surname, and the latest Raju Trilogy. I hope I got it right, because I understand one of the novels doesn't have Raju as the hero. Raju Trilogy, of which Chedirina Swapnalu is a part, and also the award-winning novel Kalarekkalu is a part. Together, many other great novels made him the greatest living author in Telugu. Apart from the stream of consciousness technique, what distinguishes him as a novelist is the unmistakable intellectual content and social consciousness in them. His novels disturb us and make us think. It is an edifying experience to read his novels. Every reader finds himself or herself a better human being for reading his novels. Better, in the sense, better informed, more sensitive, and profoundly thoughtful. Many awards and accolades came his way, the chief among them being the Sahitya Akademi Award. In my opinion, these awards did not honor Dr. Naveen. They elevated their own stature by honoring a towering personality like him. Many of his novels and short stories have been translated into English and several Indian languages as well. And many of his novels have been made into films and TV serials as well. I would next turn to the translator and the second most important person of this evening, Professor K. Indrasena Reddy. Professor K. Indrasena Reddy joined Kakatiya University in 1981. He was a UGC fellow at the University of Canterbury, Kent in 1989 in connection with his PhD program. He served for 4.5 years in Africa. At Kakatiya University, he was head of the Department of English and Dean Faculty of Arts. He visited the US and Canada for attending conferences in 1997. He opted for early retirement from Kakatiya University in January 2005. But ever since, he has been very active, doing plenty of work. He published 3 books and 7 translations, apart from various articles in magazines and in newspapers. So he does not, Professor Reddy does not believe in retirement in quotes. He is for living a meaningful life. I really appreciate his way of living post-retirement. Next, I would like to introduce Dr. Velchala Kondal Rao. Dr. Velchala Kondal Rao is an educationist known for his pioneering mind and promotional drive and initiative. He has been the architect of many educational institutions. Among them are Government Women's Degree College in Karimnagar and the Satavahana Institute of Postgraduate Studies, which eventually grew into what is now known as Satavahana University. Dr. Kondal Rao is also a former director of the Telugu Academy. Among many great things he had done as the director of Telugu Academy, I would like to mention the publication of the monthly magazine Telugu and the establishment of regional branches of the Academy at Warangal, Vijayawada, Rajahmundry, Kadapa, Visakhapatnam. Oh, monumental work, great work. Dr. Kondal Rao keeps a lively interest in literature as evidenced by his many publications. And I would just like to mention a few. One is Telangana Astitva Poratam, Vishwanatha, a literary legend, which is in English. It is associated with Vishwanatha Sahitya Peetham, of which Dr. Kondal Rao is the pioneer. And Sheshendra Sharma, a poetic legend, and the wit and wisdom of our former Prime Minister. It's the wit and wisdom of P.V. Narasimha Rao and several other works. Actually, there are many, and for want of time, I can't mention them all. He is a multifaceted personality, very committed, and keeps his interests alive and does a lot of things even at this age. And next, Mr. A. Krishna Rao. Mr. is a senior journalist, poet, and literary critic from Hyderabad, but currently based in Delhi. He is presently working as associate editor of Andhra Jyoti in Delhi. Previously, he worked as a resident editor of the New Indian Express, Hyderabad, bureau chief of Udayam, AP Times, and so on. Mr. Krishna Rao has a vast experience of about 36 years in journalism, including 27 years in the national capital, Delhi. He is popularly known as Krishnudu in literary circles. He authored 3 books of poetry, 2 books of political and literary columns, and wrote several articles from politics to economics to literature in various publications. His weekly column, India Gate, in Andhra Jyoti Daily, on the contemporary political and social developments, is widely acclaimed as the most popular column on national politics. His columns Delhi Dateline in Udayam and Sahiti Chaurasta in Andhra Bhumi during the 1980s also received a lot of appreciation. He received several awards for his literary and journalistic writings. Among them are Sahitya Academy Award for Translation, Moturi Hanumantarao Award, N.R. Chandur Award, and several others. He delivered memorial lectures on Nalla Venkateshwar Rao, N.R. Chandur in AP Open University and Andhra University and elsewhere. And next, Professor A. Subbarao. Professor A. Subbarao served Osmania University, Hyderabad in several capacities as professor, head of the Department of English, and also in charge of ELTC. which is a wing of the Department of English in Osmania University. He worked in Addis Ababa University, Ethiopia, Africa, for almost a decade. He guided several MPhil and PhD students successfully. He did several translations of English to Telugu and vice versa. He published several books in the areas of criticism and various branches of literature. He is known to be a specialist in both Telugu and English literatures. And I have known him personally. I invited him many times over to Kakatiya University, and I have always kept in touch with him. And I can tell you that he maintains exceptionally friendly relations with everyone he meets and has any kind of association with. It's a great human being, and I welcome him to the seminar. I hope he is around. And the next personality I would like to introduce is Professor T. Venkat Reddy. Professor T. Venkat Reddy had been a professor of physics in Kakatiya University. And he has a lot of administrative experience as a registrar of Telugu University and also in Kakatiya University. He served in various capacities. He is also a voracious reader, and Professor Reddy thinks that actually he is perhaps the only person who has read both these novels in a short span of time. Chidana Swapnalu and Dream Shattered, the two novels in the sense in Telugu and in English. Great. And Mrs. D. Swapna is an assistant administrative officer working in LIC of India. And she is the secretary of Ampashaya Literary Trust, which recognizes and rewards meritorious novel every year. And for those of you who don't know, she is the daughter of Dr. Ampashaya Naveen. And lastly, Mr. Adepu Lakshmipati. Mr. Adepu Lakshmipati is a short story writer, literary critic, and translator. He lives in Hyderabad, and his short story collection, Nalugu Drishyalu, won many accolades. He is empaneled as a translator of National Book Trust of India, State Resource Center, Yojana, which is a Telugu version, BC Commission, and Telugu Academy. He has translated dozens of books, scores of papers, and government orders, GOs from English and Hindi into Telugu for these agencies. He also has scores of articles published in Telugu papers and literary magazines. So I welcome all these great personalities to this webinar. And we will now move to the next item on the agenda, which is welcoming guests by Dr. Ampashaya Naveen. Sir, please take over and speak briefly for a few minutes, welcoming these guests. Naveen, sir. Shashank, are you around?
Shashank, unmute it.
So I'm extremely happy that a program like this is being organized. My novel, Chidana Swapnalu, was translated by Professor Indra Sena Reddy. He did a very good job. His translation is highly readable and very good. And I welcome all the other friends who are participating in this program, particularly Kondalrao, Brichala Kondalrao Garu, who was my principal at Karimnagar, who is a very highly knowledgeable person. And then I'm also wholeheartedly welcome T. Venkat Reddy Garu, who has who has gone through both the novels, both Telugu and English translations. And Krishna Rao, the famous journalist, senior most journalist from Delhi, he is also participating in this program. And many others who are participating in this program, I wholeheartedly welcome. There are many eminent personalities who are there in this meeting, and I felt very happy when I have seen my dear friend Shokumar. He is now in America, but I have just now seen him. He is also participating in this program. So this is my brief welcome to all the friends who are participating in this program. Now, Rajeshwar, we can take over.
Thank you, sir. Now it is time for presentations by special invitees, Dr. Velchala Kondal Rao and Mr. A. Krishna Rao and Professor A. Subba Rao. These are the invited speakers. Before I request Dr. Velchala Kondal Rao to speak, I would like to make a friendly suggestion that speakers may please confine themselves to approximately 7 to 8 minutes, because there are total of 6 speakers, and then there will be Professor Reddy's response, and also there will be a discussion at the end, to which Professor Indrasena Reddy is looking forward. So I now invite Dr. Velchala Kondal Rao, former director, Telugu Academy and great academician, to speak on the occasion. Dr. Kondal Rao. Please, someone help him. If there is anybody assisting him, please help him to address the webinar. Unmute and then ask him to speak.
Sir,
Dr. Kondal need to unmute himself first.
Please unmute. If there is anybody assisting him, please do so.
Hello.
No problem for you.
Yes,
Hello,
sir.
may I speak now?
Yes, sir.
We
Yes,
can
sir.
hear you.
Please.
Good evening, all of you, gentlemen who are participating, and gentlemen, ladies who are participating in this function. I'm very happy to be one of them because I have known Naveen over a long period of time as one of my colleagues when I worked as principal of SR College, Karimnagar. I think I also know Rajeshwar.
Yes, sir. We met once.
In those days, and probably he was a student there, and later on he became a staff member. I'm really happy to see quite a large number of faces which are familiar to me, who are participating in this gathering. Well, I read the Telugu novel long ago, and Naveen was telling me that I was the person who released the book also at Warangal.
Yes,
I think it was nearly 20 years back, if I remember correctly, more than that. Then this book came to me through Indrasena Reddy Garu, who was very kind to me to request me to be one of the speakers. But I am 88 years old now. And I was just wondering whether I am really the right person to participate.
Krishna, please unmute everyone except Dr. Reddy and me and the speaker. Krishna.
What I found.
Sir, wait 1 minute. Somebody is speaking in the background. Krishna, please unmute everyone except me and Dr. Kondal Rao and Dr. Indrasena Reddy.
May I resume?
Yeah, please.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please. Sorry for the disturbance.
I would like to be as brief as possible because there are quite a large number of things to be said about this novel. See, what I found is that this is an autobiographical novel, which is very clear. And the central character is Rajaya or Raju, in short, who plays the main role and who is the real achiever of many things here, I found, and a few things which frustrated him. And because of the title, Shorter Dreams, he had many dreams, personal, professional, sociological, societal, and so many dreams he dreamt when he was young, when he grew later on as a staff member, when he grew as a writer. He had many dimensions to him, not one, but many dimensions to him. And if we categorize them, first of all, he dreamt to be a good student, as any student would like to be. He was a good student and missed his first class by a very narrow number of marks 2-3 times. And there was a story about one particular situation where somebody was preferred over him because of some other reason than the valid reason. See, but then he was a very good student who missed his first class many a time. He dreamt to be MA. I'm trying to very short telling about him. He dreamed to be a MA and he fulfilled it. That is his dream. So his parents and his people wanted him to become something else, but he chose to become a MA for his reason that he is more a social thinker and a person who loves literature. That's why he chose ultimately to do social sciences than the physical sciences. He dreamt to be a good teacher. And he fulfilled that dream because when he was a teacher, and as I saw him in SRR College, he was very popular with the students. But the reason that there are two teachers in those times, one Mr. Naveen and his friend Narasimha Rao. These two people were very well known as distinct people who not only taught the theoretical part of the syllabus, but also the practical side of the syllabus they used to cover by bringing in a lot of experience of them, which they derived by meeting people, by reading a lot of journals, by reading a lot of books. So a variety of experiences have been combined with the normal theoretical teaching, which was a distinct thing, which was an exclusive thing with them. So he became a very popular teacher with the students. So much so a joke in the book says that one student asked him, "What is your age, sir?" And he very shyly said that I am 23. But then the student said that you look like a student, sir. So that particular statement of that student still holds good because he still looks young, even at this age also. He is neither withered nor wearied, neither withered in appearance nor wearied. Now then we go to his dream to be a good friend. In life we have many people, we come across many people. Either they do not make friends or they do not sustain. They do not really carry the people that popularly. Now, Naveen is a very good friend. I don't think that there is anyone who has made familiar with him, who has made friendship, who has not forgotten him. He is always in the minds of people whom he has met, whom he has made a friend. That is another fulfillment. That is another fulfillment of his dream, because he would like to be popular and he became popular. He would like to be a good friend, he became a good friend. Now, then we come to Naveen. He's a wonderful speaker. Even at this age, he looks very young, even now. Then when he speaks, he speaks very logically, very coherently, and very spicily also. And he also cuts jokes, during the period, which hardly people do. I always found him a very good speaker. Whenever we invited him to speak on a subject or on any occasion, he makes a very good speech. So that is another dream of him. Why did he become lecturer? He became lecturer because he found that lecturers are very attracted to speaking. In fact, probably that made him go for MA economics, and because he wanted to be a lecturer. But I was just wondering as I went on reading the novel, why did he not do his PhD? And why did he not become the vice chancellor? Now, among all the dreams, one dream is absent here in this book. That dream is wanting to become a vice chancellor. In these days, when many people are becoming vice chancellors, let me not go into that particular topic, but he deserves, he has all the credentials are there to become the vice chancellor. And why did he not dream to become a vice chancellor is really a wonder to me. Because he has got the necessary spirit to become. Now, then I come to, here is a person, when he was young, when he was a student, he was attracted towards many ladies in the classrooms. At least if I remember the novel, about four girl students, towards whom he was attracted, and some of them were also attracted by him. But the question ultimately is that in these days when the love is made much up and the love marriages are coming to fatality, now he ultimately chose a lady whom he liked more for her culture, for her balance, and for her simplicity, and all these things he preferred over all other things. And he married her because she is a family girl, and whom he married within the family. అంటే ఇది ఒక విధంగా లవ్ మ్యారేజ్ కాదు, ఒక విధంగా అరేంజ్ మ్యారేజ్ అనుకోవాలి. అంటే ఆమె నచ్చినాడు, మెచ్చినాడు. అది కాకుండా కూడా ఏంటంటే ఫ్యామిలీ గర్ల్ కనుక ఏతుందో మెచ్చి చేసుకున్నాడు. సో దిస్ ఇస్ అనదర్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ థింగ్ వీ హావ్ టు నోట్, that his preference is very clear, very distinct. He could have married any lady whom she liked in those days. They were so attractive. Now, then we come to his dream to become a intellectual, a knowledgeable person of ideas, views, and visions. You find a lot of visions in Naveen, and unless he is a visionary, he could not have written so many books and so nicely also. So he has got number of ideas, number of views. Very often we used to meet and discuss many things about varied aspects, not one or thing, political, economic, any number of topics, even sports. You take any subject. He is very well versed in that, and he is a very good conversationalist. A good company. I have found him to be a very good company in any set of people who are emotional, who are intellectual. He can be found to be a very good company, a very good conversationalist. Now, the other thing that now this is what I am trying to tell you, that his personal achievements. Now, when it comes to personal achievements, with all the difficulties that he faced in the family and at his home, he became MA Economics, because I know that he has written that several problems are there, economic problems are there. His father was not so keen on his taking up MA Economics, but still he did not depend entirely on his family and his father. At his age, he somehow managed his economy and found finance more from friends than from his family. Look at the person, because anybody was ready to help him, because he used to help anybody, any of his students, so any of his classmates. Now, that is one side, another side of the story. Ultimately, he also achieved his dream, the coveted dream of becoming Sahitya Akademi Award winner. It's not a small thing. In these days, maybe that it has become a little small thing, but not in those days when he received Sahitya Akademi Award. I am a little bit frank about these things, that when Naveen received Sahitya Akademi Award, people were very, very happy that a right kind of person who deserved it, got it. Now, he's as a person, you see, that he's so simple yet so sweet. I have not come across Naveen in any suit, boot and shoot and all those things, and then dress and all these things. But he was always simple, but always sweet. That is another peculiarity. That is his dream. See, I don't know whether his dream is, but the point is that we dreamt of him like that. Now, he is a man of very high tastes and values. He likes good food. He likes good company. He likes good intellectual gathering. He likes to be in the midst of people who have got ideas and views and visions. So he's a distinct man who is very choosy. And among his friends, you find a variety of people for that reason. Now, that apart, he is a very sociable, amiable, pleasant, and popular person. You ask anybody who knows him, he will simply say, Naveen is a very nice person. Very nice person. Now, so much so, I would like to say that his wife, what he said about him in this context. At one point of time, he said, "You are a very nice man." One of the pages, I come across the sentence, "You are a very nice man," his wife says, and adds that not only me, but you can't bother anyone. Not only me, but you can't bother anyone. And then she adds, this is more important, it is easy to know that when anyone interacts with you, it is easily known that you are a very nice person. See, this is what his own wife says. Now, these are certain personal achievements. Now, the novel is titled as Shorter Dreams, but these are personal dreams which are achieved, realized. I don't say there is an enigma about the title. Are all his dreams shattered, or only a few of them are shattered? Actually, many of his dreams, I categorized about 16 to 17 categories of dreams which are materialized, which he achieved. He's a great achiever. So you can't say that all his dreams are shattered. Professional dreams. He became very good lecturer. He became a very good writer. He became a very good critic. So all these things are achievements. So one can't say that all his dreams are shattered. But when we come to the other half side of it, the political side, the political view that he holds, and the dreams that are shattered for the reason that he expected the government to be equitable, to be egalitarian, to be socialistic, and he cherished very many memories, very many ambitions that the government would function as it should function. But he liked Nehru very much for the reason that Nehru was a man of ideas. Nehru was a man of visions. The fact remains that there is no one now who matches him. But he failed here and there for practical reasons, for applied reasons. And that's what he says, that he was really disappointed, very much frustrated, shattered when Nehru died. See, that is regards. But then afterwards, the Congress Party.
We have to time, please.
Right, I think I'm coming to it. Now, this is the last part of it. His dreams are shattered when you take the political ambitions of him, political dreams of him. Now, one thing I will touch on debate. Many people think that he's a communist. But he says that he's not. He is not for the reason that the Communist Party itself, the Communist Party of his view was different when he thought of being a communist. It was a solid Communist Party internationally, not nationally also. Internationally, it was a solid Communist Party. That's why Marx said, "Workers of the world unite, nothing to do but change." Now, it was that communism, that Marxism that he liked and became left-oriented. But afterwards, he saw that the Indian Communist Party got divided into 4 or 5. And internationally also, the Chinese communism became more nationalistic and more capitalistic than communistic. That he was really disappointed that a communist party which has to have its footings all over the world, and which Marx conceived as a party which has to have the entire world. But then he found that the international communism got divided, national communism got divided, and Communist Party, particularly Chinese Communist Party, tended to become more capitalistic and more colonialistic even, more imperialistic even. If you look at Chinese communism today, you find, everywhere, they want to have ambition. Formosa, Tibet, they had some trouble with Russia also for some time. So all these things disappointed him, frustrated him. And his dream to see a communism of the nature of which Marx conceived, Lenin conceived, the Bertrand Russell also conceived. Bertrand Russell was not a communist, but anyway, he was a highly democratic person. So his main authors, persons whom he read and said that he has read them and liked them are, of course, James Joyce, and then Marx, then Bertrand Russell, then Lenin. These four people were his pet authors, and from whom he derived a lot of inspiration, and which inspiration and which thoughts partly went into his books, particularly Apachaya. So thank you very much for having given me this much time.
Thank you very much, sir. Everything you said about Navin sir is 100% true. But I think he might have achieved a lot of things personally, but he was trying to represent the young men of the time. So a large majority of the young men of the time probably did not realize their dreams. So his personal experience got kind of universalized in this novel. This is how I understand. Thank you once again for that nice presentation, sir. And next, I would like to invite Mr. A. Krishna Rao. I'm not sure if he is around, but sir, is he around? Mr. Krishna Rao?
He's here. Yeah.
Please,
He's very much here.
6 minutes. Please go ahead. Please be as brief as possible.
Namaskaram andi andarki. I feel privileged to be invited to the launch of Naveen Gari book, Dreams Shattered. I see all my gurus here, particularly Indrasena Reddy Garu, who taught me English in the college.
Really?
And Rajeshwar Mittapalli Garu, Dr. Velchala Kondarao Garu, Dr. A. Subbarao Garu. In fact, I studied in LB College and Arts and Science College, Warangal. I've grown up reading the novels of Naveen Garu, particularly Ampashaya. Ampashaya College, రోజుల నుంచి అది చదువుతుంటే ఆ క్యారెక్టర్స్ ఇంకా స్ట్రీమ్ ఆఫ్ కాన్షియస్నెస్ అదంతా కళ్ళ ముందు ఆడుతున్నటువంటి స్వప్నాలు రాగలిగిన ఆ క్యారెక్టర్స్ అంతా. And all characters of his novels are in real life. So by writing these novels, I feel Naveen Garu himself become a historical character. In this book, The Dreams Shattered, I see the political history, literary history, social history, and history of movements, and evolution of the society in all the speeds from the period of independence to 1970s. The main character is in this novel is Raju. Of course, some people say that Raju is himself Naveen Garu. What Naveen Garu told in this book is the journey of Raju to reach his destination of becoming a full-fledged individual against heavy odds. Though he fulfills many of individual dreams, but his main dream of seeing this country, that is India, eradicating age-old poverty, illiteracy, economic inequalities, deep-rooted superstitions, these are not fulfilled. He hoped that after India became independent, all these problems would be solved, but that did not happen. So his dreams are shattered. And this has happened when, during the period of Gurajada, who wrote Kanya Shulkam also. In Kanya Shulkam, one character questions another character. If we get independence, whether this head constable will be changed or not. So the system, though from British period to independence, those systems remain same. What we call that the system is not at all changed at all. So during even Nehru's period, there were many great admirers, and Raju also a great admirer of Nehru in this character. But in this novel, one character says that all the nice words of Nehru would be confined to sheets of paper. And Naveen Garu efficiently depicts that how Nehru created confusion among communists. The communists realizes only Nehru dismisses Namboodiripadu government in Kerala. And Dora, in Telangana movement, there was Doras there. They were torturing the poor during their Jamana. But after Nehru became Prime Minister, they joined Congress Party to take over the power. So Raju feels that the domination over the village remains intact even after independence. In this novel, we see Telugu Sahitya Paranam also, the evolution of Telugu literature also, modern Telugu literary movements, and from Digambara period to Sri Sri Shashtipurti celebrations. There are several debates, that is ballot versus bullet, nationalism versus secularism, communism versus capitalism, public sector versus private sector, Indo-China War, and many political events, Indira Gandhi and Morarji Desai, and split in communist parties. As Indrasena Reddy Garu told, he predicted Hindutva nationalism in 1966 itself. A character in novel says that all the Muslims in India need to be bundled up and be sent to Pakistan. So same characters now still remain. The question remains now, and even during the Digambara period, they questioned. And many movements have come and gone. Where are we now? Are we going ahead or going back? These are the pertinent questions. These questions are still relevant. What Raju said in his letter to Raghu in the last is individual liberty should be free from hegemony. My desire is for the establishment of the society which protects both individual liberty and economic equality. What is democracy? Democracy is not confined to the political parties itself. Democracy is a way of life, and that dictatorial methods should be changed. But whether dictatorial methods are changed, are we going back to again the period of Hitler? We should think about. This novel raises many questions. This book is not a fiction, it's a history of the recent period. There are so many people have written history in the form of fiction. So you see, I have seen Mahidar Ramohan Rao, Ratha Chakralu, Alvaru, Alvar Swami in Parjala Manshi, Dasharthi Chillar Devulu, and P.V. Narasimha Insider. And this novel comes to that status. So I thank you for inviting me to do this book launching ceremony.
Thank you very much, Krishna Rao Garu. I like the way you describe Naveen sir. He has written about history, but he has gone on to become part of history himself. Great thing. And one is reminded of Khushwant Singh's novel Delhi, which also offers a creative take on the history of Delhi. And Naveen sir's take on the history of Telangana and also, of course, India has to be taken seriously. Thank you for that nice presentation. You have given a new dimension, added a new dimension to the growing debate on this great novel. I now invite my department colleague, former department colleague and friend in Osmania University, Professor A. Subbarao, to speak briefly underlined. Sir, are you around?
Yeah, he is. He's very much there. He's very much there. Yes, I can see him.
Yeah. Please take over and
address
the gathering.
Dr. Bravo.
Professor Subbarao need to unmute himself.
Yes. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, yes, sure. Sir. We hear you. We can hear you. Please go ahead.
I express my gratitude to the organizers, particularly Dr. Rajesh and other friends for having associated me with this grand program. Okay. This novel is one of the 3 novels written by Dr. Naveen. It's a dream shattered, and Naveen is a renowned novelist, short story writer, and essayist in modern Telugu literature. I mentioned elsewhere that his name is a household name in the Telugu literary world. Okay, I have already mentioned in my foreword to the English translation of this novel that Dr. Naveen belongs to the tribe of Buchibabu and Gopichand in modern Telugu fiction. I take this opportunity to congratulate both Dr. Naveen and Dr. K. Indrasena Reddy for the original version of this novel and its English translation brought out very recently. In the present context, I would like to focus my attention on 3 points as follows. Point number one. This novel presents a fictional world of nearly half a century of the novelist's life, and at the same time, it serves as a faithful documentary of the socio-cultural, intellectual vicissitudes of Telangana region. Particularly during these 50 years of time, it coincides with Dr. Naveen's lifetime. Thus, it's both an autobiographical novel of the writer as well as a socio-cultural document of Telangana. I appreciate the novelist for having successfully handled history, autobiography, and fiction at the same time in a balanced way. Point number two. It's a realistic novel cast in a romantic mode. It is realistic because it provides graphic portrayals of places, persons, and episodes. And it is romantic because these graphic portrayals are at once highly imaginative and as a result are romantic. The realism of the novel lies in the description of villages like Vailpadu, towns like Warangal and Hyderabad city, in addition to the description of the Arts and Science College Warangal, where the student activities and the classroom episodes are 100% realistic. For example, the names of poets like Dr. C. Narayan Reddy, teachers like Sri Vaijanathan, Sri Anandamurthy, and students like Sri Chagarazu are real names of real persons. I can say this confidently, because I met all these people personally, and I heard about Sri Vaijanathan, and I worked along with Dr. V. Anandamurthy. Sri Tyagaraja, in his later life, became a popular cinema actor, only next to S. V. Rangaram, the very talented actor. So, Dr. Naveen has portrayed these people very realistically without making any reservations about their characters. The third point is as follows. This novel has a universal appeal so far as the Indian context is concerned. But it is highly representative because the protagonist, Mr. Razu, is an example of thousands of Indian youth who are his contemporaries. Mr. Razu, the protagonist of the novel, is a perfect representative of thousands of people who were living in those 50 years' time. I am one such person, for example. I also passed through all the phases of experience of life as a student and also as a young man in my life. The novel narrates the story of a young man, Mr. Razu, who hails from a middle-class family and who has reasonable aspirations to come up in life. In the process, he has been confronted by several experiences, both challenging as well as encouraging. And far more in number, challenging experiences were more in his life than encouraging experiences. But he overcomes them very wisely. The family culture, as well as his own individual wisdom, helps him to overcome many hurdles and reach his goal. He becomes a postgraduate and becomes a college lecturer. Up to this point, the protagonist looks to be a perfect replica of many of the Telugu youth who struggled in life and successfully became doctors, engineers, university teachers, business entrepreneurs, artists, politicians, and employees in public and private sectors in Telangana and also in Andhra Pradesh. The third point is, the speciality of the novel is its hero lies in how sensitively and how sentimentally the novel portrays the hero's predicament. On several occasions, I will not refer to his love affair as a young college student, but I will certainly refer to his cultural, economic, and political points of view. He's a lover of arts and literature, being a writer himself. He has also been influenced by the leftist ideology of Marx and Engels. And in the case of India, he is greatly influenced by the life and achievements of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, the first Prime Minister of India. This has been so in the case of many educated Indian youth of those times. Most of us were great admirers of Pandit Nehru, but not now, of course. I cannot pass a judgment whether it is right or wrong during his own lifetime. Late Jawaharlal Nehru was a role model and ideal statesman for many contemporary young men of India. I was also no exception to this, even though my present perspective is not exactly the same. As a student and teacher of literature, I can conclude confidentially that this novel of Dr. Naveen will be a valuable addition to modern Telugu fiction. Lastly, I pray to God for his progress, prosperity, and healthy longevity. I also wish that he should be given the Jnanapith Award. Please note this. All of you should support and recommend this to the authorities concerned. He must be given Jnanapith Award for his lifelong contribution to modern Telugu literature in the form of his own outstanding work. So I thank you very much for having given me this opportunity, and I wish all of you the best of life. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Subbarao. I fully agree with you that Naveen sir should get Jnanapith Award. I hope all of you agree on this point. He more than deserves it. Jnanapith Award, Jnanapith will not, do a great honor to Naveen sir. It will do an honor to itself if the award is given to Dr. Naveen. He more than 200%, 500%, 1000% deserves that. And you are right in concluding that this novel touches upon a lot of things that were part of the history of Telangana, and the aspirations that young people had at the time, and how they felt greatly disappointed because of the ongoing happenings of the time. Thank you once again, sir. Now, after the invited speakers have made their presentations, I would now like to invite the guest speakers. The first guest speaker is Professor T. Venkat Reddy, Professor of Physics. May I now invite Professor Reddy to speak? 5 minutes, sir.
Okay. So, good evening to all of you. And earlier speakers I'm audible to you?
Yes, very much.
So, earlier speakers have already explained the content of the novel. I don't want to go into the details of the novel. Just I will talk about the translation part done by Indra Sena Reddy. So when Professor Indra Sena Reddy was doing translation, one day he asked me to go through one chapter he translated from Telugu to English. Then I said, unless I go through the Telugu text, how can I comment on your translation? Then I sent somebody to Dr. Naveen's house, which is also in my same colony. We live in same colony, Excise colony. So I've gone through the entire book. Then I asked Indra Sen to send the material to me, and I have gone through it. And I would like to comment a few things on its translation. Is it okay? My voice is coming to you, sir?
Yeah. Very much clear.
Yeah. So So we know that the goal of a translation is to transform an original text into the language so as to convey the meaning, its formal features and functional roles of the original text. Translating a text like Chedrina Swapnalu has its own difficulties, especially when the two languages are different in their geographical and cultural backgrounds. These difficulties throw a challenge to the translator, firstly in terms of meaning and secondly in terms of style. The original text is in Telugu rural dialect to a great extent and Telangana dialect, and it is sought to be translated into an alien language like English. It looks like a faithful translation as the translator himself claims. Professor Indrasena Reddy uses consistently the same terminology throughout. He has made an enormous effort to find the right word rather than just using the one that resembles the word used in Telugu text. Whenever he could not find an equivalent word, he preferred to use the same Telugu word in italics and is included in the glossary section appended to the translation at the end. So he tried to maintain total accuracy with the original, both in presentation and style. In the original novel, in one chapter, the novelist Dr. Naveen uses the typical rural Telangana dialect. Between a school teacher and his maid Mangi, several people in the village, women in particular, resort to the same method. Dr. Reddy tried his best to find a word or a phrase that does communicate the same idea while translating the feudal landlord's language. He has done his best to convey authentically and correctly the meaning of the original message. For example, I will go to both the texts. It is in page number 67 in Telugu, that is one Dora talks about in the village. Zamana badal gaya, aur badalega. దేశం ఆజాదైపోయింది కదా, కొత్త కొత్త కానూన్లు తీస్తున్నారు కదా, మన సంస్థానములు ఊరికో పంచాయతీ బోర్డు ఖరారు చేస్తున్నారు, మీ ఊళ్ళో కూడా పంచాయతీ బోర్డు ఎన్నికలు బహాల్ చేస్తారట. నేను ఏమంటున్నానంటే ఎన్నికలు ఎందుకు, పోలీసులు ఎందుకు, పోటీలు ఎందుకు? పోటీ లేకుండానే సర్పంచ్ మెంబర్లను ఏకగ్రీవంగా ఎన్నుకోండి. ఇప్పుడు మీ ఊరికి ఇక్కడికి వచ్చింది కదా అందరూ మెంబర్లు ఎవరిని పెడితే పసందుగా ఉంటుందో చెప్పండి, జబర్దస్త్ ఏం లేదు, ఎత్వినాన్గా సోసాయిని చెప్పండి, నేనైతే ఎవరి పేరు మీరే చెప్పండి అన్నాడు దొర. ఇది టిపికల్ ఫ్యూడల్ నైజాం లాంగ్వేజ్, ఉర్దూ మిక్స్డ్ లాంగ్వేజ్. It is very difficult for him to translate into Telugu, but he tried his best. It is in page number 84 in English. Zamana badal gaya aur badalega. So he said there is a big change in the society and it will present more changes. The country has independence now. New rules are coming. Even in our area also, there will be a panchayat in every village. Your village will also have an elected panchayat board shortly. I am of the view that there is no need to elections and contenders. I suggest that you elect sarpanch and members unanimously. All the elders of the village are here now. You decide who deserve to be on the board. No compulsion. Think calmly and decide on the names of the members and sarpanch. So said Dora. That means he has tried his best to translate that particular language into the beautiful English. In the chapter 17, in English version 261E, I noticed that Professor Reddy missed few words in translating the episode of Padmadeva and Shantistri from Dr. C. Narayan Reddy's poem Nagarjuna Sagaram, which is in the classical language. He found it very, very difficult. He tried so many days, but still he missed few words here and there. And whereas the translation of another poem, that is a description of Villuputur and Madura from another classic, Sri Krishna Deva Raya's Amukta Maleda, is great. He has done excellent work there. In the translator's note added by Dr. Reddy concedes that he was also born and brought up in Telangana rural background, and as such he finds it easier to convey the spirit of the idiom used by the novelist. So he has worked very hard to translate different dialects into English. Rural, totally rural, and urbanized and modern languages. So here I congratulate Professor Kancharla Indrasena Reddy for his excellent work in translating Dr. Naveen's Swapnalu, Chedrina Swapnalu into Shattered, Dreams Shattered. So I thank you, all of you, because I have so many things, but because of the time given to me, I am concluding here. Thank you very much for all of you.
Thank you so much, sir, for drawing attention to the various aspects of the translation of the novel, and how Professor Indrasena Reddy has done an excellent job of translating it without leaving anything out, and ensuring that the sense of the original text has been properly conveyed. It has been said that especially proverbs, used by one of the characters, have been translated as they are. But in my view, that's the right thing to do. Even Mulkraj Anand has done it, and many other writers in English have done it. But otherwise, it's very difficult. In Chinua Achebe, in Africa, a Nigerian writer, he too used African proverbs as they are. And in course of time, as you read the novel, you will begin to understand the profound meaning of it. After all, proverbs are condensed wisdom. So it's very difficult to translate them, and there will be no equivalents in the English language. Maybe 1%, 1 or 2 equivalents might be there for 1 or 2 proverbs. So it's better to translate as they are, and readers will get used to it. And in fact, they begin to enjoy the flavor of these proverbs. I once again thank you for that wonderful presentation on the various aspects of translation. And it is now the turn of Mrs. D. Swapna to speak. I was told that she is busy elsewhere, but in case she has made it to the webinar, I would like her to speak briefly in case she is around. I'm not sure. Is Mrs. Swapna around? I guess she's not around. She sent a message through her husband that she would not be available. She is busy elsewhere.
She is not seen anywhere.
Yeah. In case let's hope by the end of the conference, by the end of the webinar, she can join.
Yeah.
I welcome Dr. Brahmanandachari. Dr. Brahmanandachari and I were classmates, and and dear students of Navin sir in SRR College. So welcome BBC, I call him BBC. So next speaker is Mr. Adepul Lakshmipati. He happened to send a recorded video, but in case he is here with us, and in case he wishes to speak, we would love it if he can address the webinar. Is Mr. Adepul Lakshmipati around?
No. I think I saw him perhaps somewhere.
Is he around?
He should be around.
Mr.
I
Lakshmipati?
saw him. Removed the scene.
Yeah, I think I saw him. Just in case, if he can briefly address us, that would be great instead of playing the video recording. If he is not around, what I wish to do is to ask Krishna to share his screen and play the video. Krishna?
Krishna?
Yes, Professor.
Can you do that?
Can you play it? Share the screen and play the video.
Yes.
Rajesh sir, if you can do it, perhaps it may be in the fitness of things. Can you do it yourself?
If he allows me to be one of the hosts, I can do it.
Yeah, you're a host, aren't you?
Yeah, he's
around. Yes, he's around.
He is on anyway. Okay, audio problem. Krishna, fix audio.
I'm sorry, is the video audible to all?
No.
Yeah, now.
No. First play it. No, I think you paused it. Audio problem. Fix audio problem.
Oh, is it? Just a minute.
Krishna?
No, not audible.
Audio is not
Yeah.
audible.
I'm just checking that. Give me a minute.
Otherwise, you can make me one of the hosts.
Yeah, I'll make you the host. Just checking. Professor Rajeshwar, you're the host now.
Host disabled participant screen sharing. No.
Okay, let me enable that.
What was the problem with the audio?
Rajesh, I think he has a problem. Yeah, I think you need to do that perhaps.
That's not a problem, sir.
Yeah, please do that. Please do that. He has some problem.
You play it again, otherwise, play it again and see what happens.
Yeah, I have enabled the screen sharing and as well made you host. Can you check now, Professor Rajeshwar?
I will, just a second. Yes, I can play the video for you.
ఇప్పుడు సౌండ్ వస్తుంది.
దాంట్లో కూడా ఆడియోలో ఒకటి బ్లూ లైన్ వస్తుంది. ఆడియో ఒకసారి బ్లూ సౌండ్ ఎక్కువ తక్కువ వస్తుంది కదా. ఇగో ఇక్కడ ఉంటాయి. ఇది స్పీకర్
ఫిగర్స్ ఇస్తానట్టుంది. ఇప్పటిదాకా వెంకరెడ్డి మాట్లాడండి, తాళ్ళ వెంకరెడ్డి. ఈ ఇంద్రసేనారెడ్డి ఎవరు మరి నేను పొద్దు నుంచి
మీ మాటలు వినపడితే ఇది కూడా బాగా చేసుకోవాలి. ఇది
I'm
కూడా
the one eating now.
ఇది మ్యూట్.
Can you hear me now? Is it okay, audio? Is the audio okay?
The video actually.
No, I'm playing the video.
Screen is not yet shared.
Screen not shared yet. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, or the folder is being shared rather than video.
Just a second.
ఎక్కడ ఉంది స్పీకర్? ఎక్కడ ఇది వీడియో ఇది బందే ఉన్నది. మ్యూట్ చేయాలి దీన్ని.
Please mute yourself.
Professor Rajeshwar, let me try once again. Actually, maybe it was a bandwidth issue or something.
You can try, no problem.
Can you move to the next item, Rajeshwar?
Coming, sir. Just a second. I'm just wondering why screen is not shared.
Your screen is shared, but there is a folder called IS. That screen is being shared, not the video screen.
So when it is shared, you know, the folder contains my recording. Okay.
Yes.
And when I play it, it should be shared, no?
No, the playing the video started on your computer.
Yeah.
Then probably it got minimized. Can you check?
No, not minimized. Now it's on full screen on my screen.
Do you have two screens?
Yeah.
Okay, can you bring the video to the screen which has got IS as the folder? Because the video is playing on the screen which is not shared.
Now you can see it here, right? So when I go to this audio video,
drag the video to the other screen, sir.
Which screen?
The one I can see, which has got IS as a folder debug.
It's there already in it. Anyway, you try. Yes.
Rajeshwar?
Yes, sir.
Go for the next program. You drop this.
We will try just once at Krishna's end and see what happens.
Okay.
Krishna, once try.
Yes, can you stop your sharing, sir?
Stop share, okay. Theoretically, you know, when I play the video, it should come on. That's it.
But I think as Ampashya said, you know, why not you move to the next one and then you can always get back to Lakshmipati.
Shall we play it at the end then?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, then. Krishna, just keep it on hold. We will go to the next item.
Okay.
The next item is Professor Indra Sena Reddy's response to the presentations.
But I think Ampasha is supposed to speak, no? His response is on the translation, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, he did not speak much. Ampasha is supposed to speak on. Yeah.
Okay. Sir, I invite Dr. Naveen to respond.
Okay. Hello.
No. He's supposed to speak on the translation. You see, that's a part of the agenda. I don't know.
Okay.
Anyway, don't. Yes, sir. Please go ahead. Speak on the translation. Yes.
Yeah, please.
Okay. వినిపిస్తుందా రాజేశ్వర్?
Yes, sir. Everything is fine.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, fine.
For a change, I want to speak in Telugu for a change.
No problem.
Okay?
Yeah, sure. Please go ahead.
As you like.
Yeah.
చెదిరిన స్వప్నాలు నవలని ఇంగ్లీష్లోకి అనువాదం చేస్తా అని ఇంద్రసేన రెడ్డి చెప్పినప్పుడు నాకు కొన్ని డౌట్స్. ఎందుకంటే ఇంతకుముందు మన టి వెంకటరెడ్డి గారు చెప్పినట్టు చాలా అది డైలెక్ట్, లోకల్ డైలెక్ట్ బాగా ఉంది దాంట్లో. ఈ డైలెక్ట్ని అనువాదం చేయడం చాలా కష్టం. ఇంద్రసేన రెడ్డి గారు ఎట్లా చేస్తారు అని కొంచెం డౌట్ పడ్డా. కానీ ఆయన ఒక 2 చాప్టర్స్ చేసి చూపించాడు. 2 చాప్టర్స్ చేసి చూపించిన తర్వాత ట్రాన్స్లేషన్ ఈజ్ గుడ్ అండ్ బాగుంది, ఈజ్ వెరీ రీడబుల్ అని. దెన్ ఐ టోల్డ్ హిమ్ ప్లీజ్ గో హెడ్, చేయండి. ఇంకా అప్పుడు ఆయన చాలా ఒక చాప్టర్తో ఒక చాప్టర్ చేస్తూ ఆ చేసిన చాప్టర్స్ని వెంటనే నాకు పంపించేవాడు. అట్లా ఎవ్రీ టైం అవి చూడడానికి నాకు అవకాశం కలిగింది. అయితే మెయిన్ ప్రాబ్లం మన ఇంద్రసేన రెడ్డి ఎదుర్కొన్నది ఏమిటంటే ట్రాన్స్లేషన్లో దాంట్లో చాలా చోట్ల ఇంతకుముందు రాజేశ్వర్ చెప్పినట్టుగా దెర్ ఆర్ నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ ప్రావెర్బ్స్, చాలా సామెతలు ఉన్నాయి. ఈ సామెతల్ని ఎట్లా అనువాదం చేస్తాడు? దానికి ఈక్వలెంట్స్ లేవు ఇంగ్లీష్లో. ఇప్పుడు ఉదాహరణకి కొండడు తిప్పర్తికి పోయించినట్టు అని ఒక మాట ఉంది. కొండడు తిప్పర్తికి పోయించినట్టు అని. కొండడు తిప్పర్తికి పోయించినాడు అనే దాన్ని ఎట్లా ఇంగ్లీష్లోకి తీసుకురావడం? అయితే ఆయన ఈక్వలెంట్స్ లేవు కాబట్టి ఓ మంచి పని చేశాడు. ఆ కొండడు తిప్పర్తికి పోయినాడనే ఇంగ్లీష్లో కూడా రాసి దానికి కింద ఎక్స్ప్లెనేషన్ ఇచ్చాడు. అట్లా అనేక చోట్ల చాలా ఈ సామెతల విషయంలో ఆయన కొంత ఇబ్బంది పడ్డట్టు అనిపించింది నాకు. కొన్నిసార్లు ఇది ట్రూ ట్రాన్స్లేషన్, ఇది ఇంగ్లీష్లో ఇది కుదిరిందా, ఇంగ్లీష్లో ఇది సూట్ అయిందా అనే డౌట్ కూడా అనే డౌట్ నాకు వచ్చింది. కానీ
ప్లీజ్ ఎవ్రీవన్ ప్లీజ్ మ్యూట్. కృష్ణ ప్లీజ్ మ్యూట్ ఎవ్రీవన్. కృష్ణ ప్లీజ్ మ్యూట్ ఎవ్రీవన్.
విష్ణు, సురేష్ మా కజిన్స్ ముగ్గురు నలుగురు ఉన్నాము.
నవీన్ కూడా మ్యూట్ చేస్తే ఎట్లా బా? స్పీకర్ మ్యూట్ చేసినారు మీరు.
సారీ నవీన్ సార్, అన్మ్యూట్ చేయమనండి ఒకసారి.
సార్ ప్లీజ్ అన్మ్యూట్. నవీన్ సార్
వినిపిస్తున్నదా?
నౌ ఓకే, ప్లీజ్ గో అహెడ్.
నౌ అయితే చాలా చోట్ల ఈ ముఖ్యంగా ఈ డైలెక్ట్ వచ్చినప్పుడు ఇబ్బంది పడ్డాడు. అట్లాగే ఇంకొక చోట ఆయన బాగా ఇబ్బంది పడ్డది 2-3 చోట్ల. ఎక్కడంటే ఈ సి నారాయణ రెడ్డి నేరళ వేణుమాధవ్ గారి ప్రోగ్రామ్ ఒకటి ఉంటుంది నవలలో. కాలేజీలో జరిగిన ఒక ఫంక్షన్కి వాళ్ళిద్దరూ గెస్ట్గా వస్తారు. వేణుమాధవ్ గారేమో ఆయన మెమిక్రీ ప్రదర్శన, చాలా అద్భుతమైన మెమిక్రీ ప్రదర్శిస్తాడు. నారాయణ రెడ్డి గారేమో ఆయన రచించిన నాగార్జున సాగరం అనే కావ్యం నుంచి చాలా ప్యాసేజెస్ పాడతాడు అని, బికాస్ నారాయణ రెడ్డి గారి సంగతి తెలుసు కదా చాలా మందికి. ఆయనకి ఈజ్ అ వెరీ గుడ్ సింగర్ ఆల్సో, చాలా మెలోడియస్ వాయిస్ ఆయనది, చాలా బాగా పాడతాడు. ఆ రోజు మేమంతా నారాయణ రెడ్డి గారు నాగార్జున సాగర్లోని కొన్ని భాగాలు చదివి వినిపిస్తుంటే, రాగయుక్తంగా చదివి వినిపిస్తుంటే మేమంతా కూడా స్వర్గంలో ఉన్నట్టుగా ఫీల్ అయినాం. అంత అద్భుతంగా ఆయన ఆ రోజు దాదాపు ఒక గంటన్నర సేపు, గంట తర్వాత ఇంకా ఆయన ఆపేస్తే మా స్టూడెంట్స్ అందరు కూడా ఇంకా ఇంకా కావాలి, ఇంకా 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 ఇంకో అరగంట సేపు మీరు నాగార్జున సాగర్ వినిపించండి అని అందరం పెద్ద పెట్టిన అరిచినప్పటికీ ఆయన ఇంకో హాఫ్ అన్ అవర్ కూడా ఆయన అది పాడి వినిపించాడు. అది చాలా ఆయన ఏమేం ఎట్లా పాడిండు, ఆ నాగార్జున సాగర్ కొన్ని ప్యాసేజెస్ అవన్నీ కూడా నేను నవల్లో కోట్ చేశాను. వాటిని అనువాదం చేయడంలో ఇంద్రసేన్ రెడ్డి కొంచెం ఇబ్బంది పడ్డాడు. అంతంత పోయిటరీ దాన్ని తీసుకురావడం కొద్దిగా కష్టం. ఒకసారి నారాయణ రెడ్డి గారికి చూపించాను, అది మీ గురించి ఇక్కడ రాశానంటే ఎక్కడ రాసావో చూపెట్టు అన్నాడు ఆయన. అనగానే ఆ పేజెస్ తీసి చూపిస్తే ఆయన ఏమన్నాడంటే, ఒక యంగ్ స్టూడెంట్ నా కవిత్వం విన్నప్పుడు ఎట్లా స్పందిస్తాడో నువ్వు చాలా అద్భుతంగా రాసావు నవీన్ అన్నాడు. సో అది ఆ పార్ట్ని కొంత తగ్గించాడు ఆయన, మన ఇంద్రసేన్ రెడ్డి. ఆయన నాకు చెప్పాడు కూడా, ఆ పోయిటరీ దగ్గర నాకు కొంచెం ఇబ్బంది కలిగింది, ఎట్లా చేయాలో తెలియదు. అట్లాగే ఇంకొక చోట ఇంతకుముందు మన వెంకటరెడ్డి గారు చెప్పారు, మేము బిఏ చదువుతున్న రోజుల్లో మాకు శ్రీకృష్ణదేవరాయలు రాసినటువంటి అముక్తమాల్యద ఒక టెక్స్ట్ బుక్ ఉండే. అముక్తమాల్యదలో ఫస్ట్ 2 చాప్టర్సే మాకు ప్రిస్క్రైబ్డ్ సిలబస్ అనమాట. దాంట్లో కొన్ని అద్భుతమైన పద్యాలు ఉన్నాయి. వాటిని గురించి కూడా నేను ఈ నవల్లో రాశాను. మళ్ళీ అది ఇంగ్లీష్లోకి తీసుకురావడం కూడా కొంచెం కష్టమే. అక్కడ కూడా కొంచెం మన ఇంద్రసేన్ రెడ్డి కొంచెం ఇబ్బంది పడ్డాడు. కానీ ఆన్ ది హోల్ ఆ స్పిరిట్ తీసుకురాగలిగాడు. దాంట్లో ఆ అముక్తమాల్యదలో ఉన్న పోయిటరీలో ఉన్నటువంటి ఎస్సెన్స్ ఏమిటి, అట్లాగే నారాయణ రెడ్డి గారి నాగార్జున సాగరంలో ఉన్న బ్యూటీ ఏమిటి, ఇది పూర్తిగా కాకపోయినా చాలా వరకు ఆయన తీసుకురాగలిగాడు. ఇట్లా మొత్తం నవలంతా నేను మళ్ళీ ఈ 4 days నుంచి నాకు అదే పని. ఇదివరకు ఆయన అప్పుడప్పుడు కొన్ని ప్యాసేజెస్ పంపిస్తే చదివేవాడిని, కానీ ఒకేసారి చదవడంలో ఉన్న బ్యూటీ వేరు. ఇప్పుడు ఒకేసారి 3 days నుంచి ఈ ఇంగ్లీష్ డ్రీమ్ సాటర్డే చదువుతున్నాను నేను. మొత్తం చదివేసి ఏక బిగిన చదివేస్తుంటే నాకు ఫస్ట్ అనిపించింది ఏంటంటే, ఇట్ ఈస్ హైలీ రీడబుల్. ఏదైనా సరే అనువాదం రీడబుల్గా ఉండాలి. రీడబుల్గా ఉండకుండా మనకు మధ్య మధ్య తట్టుకున్నట్టుగా ఉంటే చదవబుద్ధి కాదు, చదవలేము అసలు. కానీ ఇది చాలా రీడబుల్గా, చాలా చక్కగా చదివించింది, చక్క చదివించేసింది. చాలా ఇమ్మర్స్ అయిపోయి కొన్ని చోట్ల ఈ నవల నేనే రాశానా అనిపించింది ఇంగ్లీష్లో చదువుతుంటే. ఎందుకంటే తెలుగులో చదివిన దానికంటే కూడా కొన్ని చోట్ల కొన్ని ప్యాసేజెస్ చాలా తెలుగులో కంటే కూడా ఇంకా చాలా బాగా తీసుకొచ్చాడు ఆయన ఇంగ్లీష్లో. ఆ బ్యూటీ వచ్చింది. సో ఈ రకంగా ఆయనకి ఆల్రెడీ చెప్పాను, మళ్ళీ చెప్తున్నా, ఇట్ డిడ్ ఏ వెరీ గుడ్ జాబ్. అనువాదం చేయడంలో అంత పెద్ద నవల, 450 పేజీల నవలని ఇంగ్లీష్లో ఆయన ఎక్కడ ఆగకుండా ఒక 6 months ఎప్పుడు ఫోన్ చేసి ఈ చాప్టర్ రాశాను, ఈ చాప్టర్ పూర్తి చేశాను అని చెప్తుండేవాడు. ఒక్కొక్కసారి నాకు చిన్న డౌట్ వచ్చి, ఇంత ఫాస్ట్గా చేస్తున్నాడు ఈయన, నిజంగా క్వాలిటీ వస్తున్నదా? ఎందుకంటే మరీ ఫాస్ట్గా చేస్తే కొంత క్వాలిటీ దెబ్బతినే ప్రమాదం ఉంది. కాబట్టి అట్లా ఏమన్నా ఉందా అని కూడా. కానీ అందుకని నేను ఈ ఇంగ్లీష్ బాగా తెలిసినటువంటి వాళ్ళతో చదివించాను. ఇద్దరు ముఖ్యంగా మా ఫ్రెండ్ శివకుమార్, ఆయన చదివి బాగుంది నవీన్, ట్రాన్స్లేషన్ ఇస్ గుడ్ అన్నాడు. అప్పుడు ఐ వాజ్ ఫుల్లీ సాటిస్ఫైడ్. ఇంకా చాలా బాగా చేస్తున్నాడు ఈయన అనుకున్నాను అనమాట. సో ఆ రకంగా ఇంద్రసేన్ రెడ్డి ఈ విషయంలో ఆయన చాలా కష్టపడ్డాడు. అది డిడ్ ఎ లాట్ ఆఫ్ వాట్ యు కాల్ లవ్స్ లేబర్. ఆయన కేవలం ప్రేమతోటే చేశాడు. జనరల్గా ఈ ట్రాన్స్లేషన్ చేసే వాళ్ళు మొదలై కొన్ని కండిషన్స్ పెడుతుంటారు. నువ్వు ఎంత ఇస్తావు నాకు, ఏంటి అది పుస్తకం వస్తుందా, అసలు నేను ఇంత కష్టపడి రాస్తే పుస్తకం రాకపోతే ఎందుకు, వేస్ట్, ఇట్లా అడుగుతుంటారు. ఆయన ఇవేమీ లేకుండా జస్ట్ ఈ వాలంటీర్డ్ హిమ్సెల్ఫ్, నేను చేస్తాను ఇది అని చెప్పి వచ్చి చేశాడు. అయితే నాకు మళ్ళీ పెద్ద డౌట్ ఏంటంటే, దీన్ని ఎట్లా పబ్లిష్ చేయడం. ఇంత 450 పేజీల నవల ఎవరు పబ్లిష్ చేస్తారు? ఊరికే మనం ఓన్గా చేసుకున్నాం అనుకోండి, దాని డిస్ట్రిబ్యూషన్ చాలా కష్టం. ఎవరు ఎట్లా హౌ టు మార్కెటింగ్ చాలా కష్టం. దానికి అప్పుడు ఏదో ఢిల్లీలో ఉన్న ఆదర్శ్ ప్రెస్ అనే వాళ్ళని కాంటాక్ట్ చేస్తే వాళ్ళు ఇవ్వడానికి ఒప్పుకున్నారు. సో ఇట్లా పుస్తకం ఆయన ట్రాన్స్లేషన్ ఎంత ఫాస్ట్గా చేశాడో, ఎంత బాగా చేశాడో, అలాగే పుస్తకం కూడా అంత బాగా వచ్చింది. దానికి ఐ express my sense of gratitude to Professor Indra Sena Reddy. He did a very good job. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. I congratulate Professor Indra Sena Reddy for that excellent translation. There is no greater appreciation than the appreciation offered by the author himself. Usually authors are not very happy with the translations. They often feel that something should have been done better, something better should have been done. But here is the author himself saying the best possible, most complimentary things about the translation. Congratulations, sir. And congratulations also to the author, Dr. Naveen, because one of the hallmarks of success of a novel is it's being translated into other languages, and most importantly into English. So if Professor Indra Sena Reddy has volunteered to translate it, it means that the novel has recommended itself to him and on the basis of its merit. So congratulations to both of you. And I now see something on screen.
ఒక్క నిమిషం.
Yes, sir.
ఒక్క నిమిషం నేను మాట్లాడుతున్నా.
Please go
ఏం లేదు, ఇది దీనికంట ముందు వచ్చినటువంటి ఈ సీక్వెల్స్ లో, ఈ ట్రిలోజీలో కాలరేఖలు ఫస్ట్, సెకండ్ ఇది చందన స్వప్నాలు. కాలరేఖలు కూడా ఇంగ్లీష్ లో వచ్చింది.
Yes, sir.
దాన్ని ఆమె అరుణ రవికుమార్ అని హైదరాబాద్ లో ఉంటుంది. దాన్ని సాహిత్య అకాడమీ వాళ్ళే దాన్ని అనువాదం చేయించి వాళ్ళే బుక్ గా పబ్లిష్ చేశారు. సో దాన్ని దిస్ ఈజ్ సెకండ్ పార్ట్ ఏమో రాజేశ్వర్ గారు చేసి అది పుస్తకం వచ్చింది. దేర్ ఈజ్ థర్డ్ పార్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఇట్, అది బాంధవ్యాలు. నౌ మై ఇంకొక డ్రీమ్ ఏంటంటే బాంధవ్యాలని కూడా ఇంగ్లీష్ లో చూడాలి అని. దానికి కూడా ఎవరైనా ఇంగ్లీష్ లో చేయడానికి వస్తే ఐ విల్ బి వెరీ హ్యాపీ.
We will make every possible effort to have it translated.
Okay.
And preferably this time by to have it published by a foreign publisher.
Okay.
In US or in England.
Very good.
That will be the ultimate recognition to a great novel.
Yeah.
So shall I go ahead with the rest of the agenda? I could see Mr. Adapi Lakshmipati's video on my screen. Was Krishna trying to do anything? Krishna, were you trying to do anything?
No, I'm not trying to.
Okay. Keep it aside for a while.
Which one? The video? I'm sorry, there was
the video.
The audio was a little choppy.
Yes,
let me try once again.
Yeah, I think the recording was
audio
something.
also.
Krishna, I guess the recording was a bit defective. Anyway, let's go ahead with the program. Now it is Professor Indra Sena Reddy's turn to respond to the entire proceedings, especially the guest speakers and the invited speakers. So I invite Professor Reddy to respond. Please go ahead, sir. You are unmuted. You are muted. Please unmute him. Please unmute Professor Indra Sena Reddy. Unmute, please.
Can you hear me?
Now,
Yeah.
now, yeah.
Huh? Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Please go ahead.
Well, there is a session called there is an open session also. Why not we allow them to speak and ask a question or make a suggestion, and then at the end, I think I'll come with my response.
Okay, as you wish. As you wish. So the
Yeah,
session is
yeah.
now open for discussion. Any participant who would like to take part in the proceedings with the comments or with questions or any suggestions, but be brief, 1 minute, even shorter than that. So please feel free to unmute and then speak. Identify yourself and speak.
Hello.
Yes.
Yes, madam.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yes. Please identify yourself.
Hello. Yeah. Yes.
Sir, my name is Radha.
Oh. How are you?
Good. Today afternoon, he said he brought me the book. He said, you read it. My father will be very happy if you can speak 2 minutes. See, I haven't read the book.
Okay.
I don't know much of Telugu. But because sir wanted me to speak, I have written something for 2 minutes.
Please
If
do.
you say okay, I'll read it out.
Yeah,
2 minutes, okay.
Because of my great respect for sir, nothing else.
Yeah. Please go ahead, but keep it short.
There is nothing new in this, and I haven't read the book, so it's something very general. There's nothing new,
No
nothing
problem.
about
Please
the
go.
novel at all, because I haven't read the novel. Good evening to all. It's just written. I can't speak extempore like that. It gives me immense pleasure to talk on this very memorable occasion. I feel honored to be invited to speak on the occasion of the book launch. Naveen sir needs no introduction to this august audience. I am sure people have forgotten the name he was christened with, Mallaya. Also, after the novel Ampashaya, Ampashaya became his surname and people only know him by the name Ampashaya Naveen. Naveen sir studied economics and became a lecturer of economics, but his heart was in literature and observing life around him. He had great love for movies, and there are many stories of Naveen sir somehow finding his way to the theatre, and he never lost an opportunity to watch movies. This helped even from a very young age in his later writing career. Naveen sir started recording his experiences and writing novels. He did not have to tease his mind or look for an inspiration to write a novel. Life around him was his canvas, and he was able to describe the life he saw around him with great flair and feeling. His first novel, Ampashaya, was about the life of a boy from ordinary, humble beginnings who went to the city for higher education, and his life in the hostel and the college he attended is described well. We also watched the movie of that novel, Ampashaya. This novel gave him the name Ampashaya Naveen. In this novel, Sir explored the stream of consciousness technique. Many English writers were experimenting with this technique, and the credit of using the technique in English goes to Naveen sir. His novel Women's College is about his experiences as a lecturer. He is a recipient of many awards. He also got a fellowship for his novel Kalarekulu. He has put Warangal on the literary map. It is a very good endeavor on his part to translate his novel Chedirina Swapnalu into English. Chedirina Swapnalu is part of a trilogy and deals with the social and political history of the people of Telangana since 1947. English is a world language, and translating into English with the thought that the world is a village will widen the scope of the readership. More people will get to read his novels. It is a very good gesture on the part of Dr. Indrasena Reddy to come forward to translate the novel into English. We all thank him for it. I wish that Naveen sir spends many more years giving us many gems of literature. We wish that he projects the plight of the common man, the trials and tribulations they face in life. This will enable the readers to sit up and question society and take up reform works and improve the life of the common man. Thank you, sir. Dhanyawad.
Fully agreed, madam. And let's hope Naveen sir would come up with a novel on the millennials and the Z. What is this generation called? The present generation, post-internet generation. Ongoing history.
Anyone else?
Any other participant?
Excuse me, Rajeshwar. I want to speak few words
This is
about.
Shashanka?
Yes. Honorable dignitaries present in this virtual meeting and viewers, good evening, everybody. I want to share a few ideas, thoughts, and opinions about Chaturna Swapnalu or dreams shattered. On the outset, I want to congratulate Professor Indrasena Reddy for his laborious work and hard work. Moreover, at Warfoot, he translated Chaturna Swapnalu into English language in a very short period of time. Okay, that's why I want to appreciate him and I want to congratulate him.
Keep your finger away. You are blocking the video. Blocking
Okay,
the camera.
okay, sure. Okay, first of all, I want to say few things about writer Naveen. All his novels start with one dream. That dream is very fearful and it is a dreadful dream. This novel, Chaturna Swapnalu, will start with the dreaded dream. He fears a lot. Sometimes in his novels, with that dreaded dream, his banin will become wet with sweat. Okay, that is the main characteristic of novels of Naveen, Ambashay Naveen. That is first thing. Second thing I observed in this novel, first part of this novel, after PUC, he stays in his village 1 year. He discontinues his studies. At that time, he learns some agricultural activities and he helps his father. Then he met with one headmaster of school. His name is Swami. And after meeting him, before meeting him, he never observes any woman in his village. When he meet Swami, he started observing women, and he enjoys the beauty of women, and he develops sexual desires, and he frequently meets that Swami. And one person in Swami's school, his name is Yadagiri. He will talk more about sex. And he asked that Swami to arrange one girl to sleep with him. That Swami arranges that woman, but that Yadagiri will fail. 3 times he will fail. And ultimately he will commit suicide. That means in our country, even though our country is a male-dominated country, man had so many inhibitions and they don't know, they lack in sexual knowledge. Even today, in 21st century also, man had lot of stereotype, prejudice about sex. That's why in internet and in newspapers, apps, medicines are there for increasing potency. That is the, but women had don't have.
Shashanka, can you shorten it?
Okay. It is one version. Okay, women have a lot of sexual knowledge than men. Okay, this is one version. Next thing I observed that when he joins in Arts and Science College in Warangal, it is a game changer. It is a X factor. This joining in Arts and Science College changes his total life. He became complete man. He became matured man. He met with Varao Rao. He mentioned as Vijayendra. Karnakar. Karnakar means Shivakumar uncle, Professor Shivakumar uncle, and Gantaram Reddy. Gantaram Reddy, Satyanarayan Reddy, Tirupati uncle, all these people he met. That Raman uncle explains him about Freud, Sigmund Freud, and he became voracious voracious reader. He read many novels about Somerset Maugham, Sigmund Freud, Bernard Shaw, Shakespeare, and other writers, Buchi Babu, Chalam, and many other writers. All these writers made him as a complete man, and he developed creativity, and he wants to write stories. Okay. When he is studying in Arts and Science College, he wrote one story that.
Okay. Shashanka, we have to now stop because it's taking a lot of time. So thank you for your input.
1 minute. I will conclude. In Ampashaya novel, he had taken 16 hours only. But in this novel, in Dreams Shattered novel, he had taken large canvas and long period of time. Okay, 57 to 1970. And in 1968, he wrote Ampashaya novel. Okay, that's why his entire education, college education and PG education, we can see in this novel. Okay, what kind of problems he faced while studying. Okay, even though he faced so many economical problems, he lived like a king size life he lived. And he many times will refer that I am an impulsive, instinctive person. He will think with.
Thank you, Shashanka. You have to stop here now because it's getting too late. I would thank you for that. You are very emotional. I know your father, and you have given an insider account of everything, and I know how emotionally how deeply you feel about the whole thing. Thank you very much.
Any mistake, Rajeshwar, if I made any mistakes, please forgive me. Please forgive me. Thank you for giving me.
I would have loved to give you more time, but we have to keep everything in mind, especially time. So we have to give opportunity to others. Thank you very much. So opportunity for maybe one more.
Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Okay, thank you.
Hello, Professor Rajesh.
Any other participant?
Hello.
Yes.
Hello, Professor. Hello, Professor Rajesh.
Please identify yourself.
Are you able to hear me? This is Professor Rajagopalachari.
Oh, welcome, sir.
Are you able to hear me?
Very much. Please go ahead.
But
I can't see your.
I have joined an audio, not.
Okay. You
I'm not on the screen.
Kept your video on. You can keep your video on.
No, video is not on because of some problem with the memory.
Fine. Then if you want to say something in a minute or so, please go ahead.
Yes, I will.
Professor Rajagopalachari
from
Kakatiya University, you would like to speak. Briefly, sir, 1 minute. Go ahead. Please go ahead. Go ahead, sir. Sir, please go ahead. I think he has gone off air. Anybody else?
This is Gona Reddy from Nalgonda. Can I say a word?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
I am Gona Reddy, retired principal. I did my MPhil from Kakatiya University long back. I just want to congratulate Professor Indrasena Reddy Garu for rendering this novel into English, and also congratulate our Naveen Garu. That's all. Thank you.
Oh, thank you very much. Any other participants?
Hi, can I speak?
No, why not? Yes. Identify yourself, please, first.
Yeah. Hi, I'm
You are Meghana.
Yes, Meghna Reddy, and this is my father, Krishna Reddy.
Okay.
Relative
Hello,
of
sir.
Professor Indrasen Reddy.
Mhm.
I'm Pednana.
Okay. Are you speaking from US?
No, we are speaking from Hyderabad.
Okay, okay.
Actually joined in this book launch because we wanted to attend this event, and we would personally like to congratulate my Pednana for this book, and he has actually sent us a copy, which to be honest I still haven't read it, but after listening to this whole book launch and the conversation, I'm really eager to read this book. Apart from this, I would also like to take a moment to tell my Pednana, Professor Indrasen Reddy, about how much I admire him. He has always been an epitome of knowledge and guidance for our family. Yeah, that's all. Thank you.
Very nice. You have a celebrity for your Pedanana. You should know that. And for those of you who haven't seen the translation, just in case, this is it.
Rajeshwar, 1 minute, Rajeshwar.
Sir.
Hello, Rajeshwar.
Yes, sir.
Shokumar Matarthane, he is there.
Yeah, if you would like to. Professor Shivkumar. Sir, if you want to speak, please go ahead. Professor Shivkumar from US, I think. I understand he is in US these days.
Yes,
Am I
yes,
right?
he's in US. Yes, yes.
Sir, would you like to speak?
I try to avoid speaking,
Yes,
but all I can say here now is I congratulate Indrasen as well as my friend Naveen on this occasion. You all know, as a professor of English, that English translation as an enterprise itself, in the nature of things, has its own limitations. And therefore, are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please.
And therefore, whatever faults, whatever limitations that the translation as an enterprise has, is in the nature of the things, and it has nothing to do with our ability to translate it. Actually, very few people, I mean, there are very few examples of successful translations, you know, and you have the example of Ramanujan, right?
Ramanujan.
Ramanujan's English translation of Samskara is an ultimate example in a way, because it is successful in bringing out the cultural flavor of Kannada language, you know, the original. So you rarely come across an example like that. Of course, Raja Rao has done his own original English writing, which was able to bring out the cultural flavor of native languages, Indian languages. Even when you are reading it in English, you feel that you are reading only the native language, Indian language. You see, such an experiment is very rare to come by, actually. So, but basically, all I want to say is that the limitations of the English translations as an enterprise are to be attributed to the nature of the enterprise itself and not to the translator. But I would like to congratulate the great effort that Indrasen has made in translating this book, and I also wish to congratulate my friend Naveen because he is able to reach the wider audiences through the English translation. But for those people who know both the languages, I would like to advise reading it in the original Telugu language, because that is the, I mean, you can absorb the experience that comes through the novel, through the original language. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your views. You have given very
Good evening,
advice.
sir.
Who is speaking?
Hello.
Hello, who is speaking? Could you please identify?
I'm Vishnu Dev Reddy, sir.
Yeah.
My apologies, sir. I am in a car, so my video will not be available.
Okay. Anyway,
Hello,
if you like
can I
to,
speak, sir?
if you like to share your views in a minute, please go ahead.
Please, I'll not take much time, sir. So I got interested because in the preface, the translator expressed his apprehension and reservation whether he'll be able to do a good job or not. Then while reading it, I thought that the entire local dialect and the flavor was retained. So congratulations to him for giving the opportunity to the English readers also to enjoy that rural and rustic flavor. And coming to Naveen sir's this thing, the protagonist Raju, in a discussion with his wife, asks her to get more education. She says, why? He says, you need to learn more. She says, why should I? See, if I understand you, I'll be understanding the world. So in this one sentence, he has communicated the entire thing, how intelligent that wife who has come from a rural background is. So if she understands her husband, she understands the entire world. So it gives a compliment to her husband also, and also it gives that her husband encompasses everything. That's it, sir. Congratulations to Professor Indrasena Reddy and Mr. Naveen also. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Actually, education is not just the starting point. It is also the ultimate goal. A goal in, it's a self-fulfilling kind of thing, actually. And for middle-class people and people from rural areas, education is the only way to make any kind of progress in life. And the protagonist of this novel, banks on education. In spite of a lot of hurdles, he ultimately makes it big in life. So thank you for those ideas which you have shared. Any other participant who would like to speak on the occasion? Yes. Who is?
Professor Rajagopalachari, once again.
Sir, please go ahead, sir.
There was some disturbance. I joined once again.
Yeah,
I would like to congratulate Professor on his stupendous task of translating this novel, Dream. Because translating a 500-page novel is not a joke. I know the difficulty of translating. Of course, most of the participants here are maybe translators. And it's very difficult, particularly when the novel is written in a rural idiom. And translating proverbs.
Hello? Yes, sir. I think we can stop this responses.
Just for 1 minute.
Who is speaking?
Krishna Rao Vasireddy.
Krishna Rao garu.
అయితే
long time no see ani. చెప్పండి
చాలా సంతోషంగా ఉంది. ఇంద్రసేన రెడ్డి గారికి అభినందనలు, అదే విధంగా నవీన్ గారికి మరొకసారి అభినందనలు. మనం ఇదివరకు అనుకునేవాళ్ళం నవీన్ గారి నవలలు కానీ రచనలు ఏవైతే ట్రాన్స్లేట్ అయితే చాలా అద్భుతంగా తెలుస్తుంది, ఆయన విషయం లోకానికి అంతటికీ తెలియాలని అనుకున్నాం. అది నిజమవుతుంది. రాజేశ్వర్ గారు, గుర్తుందో లేదో మీకు, ఫస్ట్ ప్రొఫైల్ ని మీరు చాలా అద్భుతంగా ట్రాన్స్లేట్ చేశారు. దాని తర్వాత మనం సాహిత్య అకాడమీ ఇవన్నీ కూడా చూసాం. సో అట్లా ఇంగ్లీష్ లో ఎన్ని రచనలు వస్తే అంత బెటర్ గా ఉంటుంది ట్రాన్స్లేషన్స్. నా ఉద్దేశం నవీన్ గారి రచనలన్నీ కూడా అవి మీరు ముందుండి నడిపించాలి. ధన్యవాదాలు మీ అందరికి ఇంగ్లీష్ లోకానికి. థ్యాంక్ యూ.
Thank you very much. Actually, Naveen sir deserves even more recognition, and I think everyone should be a part of this campaign to bring him to center stage, not just in the Telugu-speaking states of Telangana and Andhra Pradesh, but in the rest of the country as well as around the world. Thank you for mooting that idea. I think with the permission of Professor K. Indrasena Reddy, I would like to end this responses session and move on to Professor Reddy. And
1 minute, Rajeshwar, 1 minute.
Yes, sir.
Premchand
Brazil is around.
Premchand అని పిలవండి. Premchand అని ఒక నిమిషం పిలవండి. ఒక నిమిషం మాట్లాడతాడు ఆయన.
Premchand, Mr. Premchand. Is he around? Mr. Premchand.
Okay.
Are you around?
ఆయన లేనట్టుండి ఇప్పుడే.
I think he's not around. So,
just a minute.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Just a minute. My friend from Brazil is around.
Professor Neneve.
I think Miguel Neneve.
Professor
if he's
Neneve
around, I think
from,
let him speak for a minute or two.
Professor
I saw
Neneve
him
from
after 27 years. He's a professor. Is he around?
I'm calling. Professor Neneve, if you are around and would like to briefly address 1 minute, respond, or even if you have a question or something.
Premchand అని వచ్చిందిరా, అందుకే నేను.
Professor Neneve, are you around?
Hello, I am here from Brazil.
Can you please keep your video on?
Please play.
Yes, I will try.
Yeah, please do.
So that we can see you. We can see you so that we can see you.
Okay.
So this is Professor Neneve. Professor Neneve from Brazil, a long-term friend of Professor Indrasena Reddy, and I remember we published one of your articles in Department Journal of English Studies.
Yes. Thank you for publishing.
Yeah, Professor, please go ahead. And
yes, I think I will talk without the video, the camera, because it's difficult.
Problem.
But I would like to thank you and congratulate on this session, this discussion, and on the work done by Dr. Reddy. And here in Brazil, we are also discussing. We are translating travel writing, American travel writing on the Amazon, and we're translating to Portuguese. And today in the afternoon, we will have some similar discussion. So this session was very important for me to have some lights and ideas about translation and discussion on translation. Thank you very much.
I'm very happy that you found the session very useful to you. Thank you very much for the nice words of encouragement.
Thank you.
I think now
I think allow me to speak for a minute.
Yes,
Rajeshwar, can I?
Yes, sir. Now it is the turn of Professor Indrasena Reddy to respond to the deliberations of the webinar. Yes, sir. Please go ahead. Please go ahead, sir.
Shall I speak now?
Yes.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's a great pleasure for me once again. It's a great pleasure for me to see Radha around. After a long time, I'm able to see her, and she was really very prolific in her talk, although it was very short. And then I think I need to refer to some of the points made by Mr. Krishna Rao, who claims that he was a student of mine. I wish I had known it earlier, and his younger
Yes, come on.
There's some problem in the line. Sir, can you speak now? I think something has gone wrong. Krishna, are you around? Krishna, are you around? Can you fix the problem?
Yeah, we are here. I think internet is little intermittent. I'm just checking that. Just please give me a minute.
మాట్లాడింది కదరా అయ్యో ఇక్కడ ఉండేదా నువ్వు మాట్లాడు
Sir, what happened? Was there any problem?
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah. Well, Professor Subbarao referred to the novel in terms of its realistic value, that this novel is full of realism, and that's one point I think which really appeals to me. And Dr. Krishna Rao's presentation was very fine indeed, and he referred to several issues, Seshtipurti of Sri Sri and so many other issues which are involved. And he also, in fact, I'm a lover of his column in Andhra Jyoti. I read it specifically on every Wednesday. Well, he's a very great translator and he won national awards. And I think, Dr. Kannur Rao said rightly that Razu is an achiever, and Razu is none other than Ampashaya Naveen himself. I think with these few words, let me give the mic to Rajeshwar for his vote of thanks. And please bear in mind, please bear in Mr. Premchand is he around? Mr. Premchand.
Aí agora eu botei o computador, estava assistindo, mas estava querendo ver algumas coisas.
Hello.
Go ahead, sir. I think he is not around.
That's up to you, Rajeshwar.
So are you done with?
Yeah, well, I did it, and then you need to thank our program administrator, Krishna. He did all the job.
Yes. I'll come to that. Shall I propose a formal vote of thanks?
Yeah, please do.
Hello.
Yeah. Hello. Who is it?
Hello. I'm good evening, everybody. I'm daughter of Professor Indrasen Reddy.
Okay.
I want to congratulate my father. Congrats, Daddy. Feeling proud of you. And I think I have nothing to say now. Bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for that emotional response. So now it is time for a formal vote of thanks. I'll be doing it myself. First of all, I would like to congratulate Dr. Naveen and Dr. Indrasen Reddy for this wonderful achievement, great novel. I was actually showing short while ago the English translation, and this is the original, just in case anybody has not seen it. Both you can see very bulky novels. It must have taken a very great effort on the part of Professor Reddy. It's monumental work, to be honest. It needs somebody of his commitment to be able to do it. So congratulations on this stupendous work. And I thank Dr. Naveen and for his participation and for speaking on the occasion. I thank Professor Indrasena Reddy for giving me this opportunity of organizing this webinar. I hope it has been a big success. And I thank the special invitees, Dr. Velchala Kondal Rao, Mr. A. Krishna Rao, and Professor Subba Rao, who shared their views and spoke elaborately on various aspects of the novel as well as its translation. Thank you all very much. And also presentations by special invitees, guest speakers, Professor Venkat Reddy, who has read both the novels and who seems to have, in spite of whatever his specialization happens to be, he seems to have profound views on translation, and sometimes they seem to be very helpful even to professional translators and scholars in English. So thank you very much, sir, for that wonderful presentation. And also, Mr. Adepu Lakshmipati, unfortunately, there was a little bit of a problem with the video, but we are aware of his views, and I have seen his video, but for some reason it was not playing. Maybe the Zoom doesn't permit videos or something like that. We are aware of his views, and he has very interesting things, and also the translation. His participation, and Krishna for the technical support. For the last almost week, we have been working on this and various aspects of it. So he has extended technical support, and he has been
Krishna, please, Krishna, can you attend this? Krishna, there's some problem again. It's not audible. Rajeshwar's voice is not audible. Yeah, it's almost, it has come to an end. Is this one? Yeah. Rajeshwar's. What's the problem? Can you?
I think the audio.
Yeah, now we can hear
went
you.
wrong with the audio.
Yeah, now we can hear you. Now we can hear you. Please go ahead. Rajeshwar, go ahead.
Okay. Am I audible to you?
Yeah, sure.
Is it okay? Am I audible to you?
Yes, sir. Yes, you are. Yes, yes.
Can I go ahead, Krishna? Krishna, please confirm if it is okay.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Krishna, please confirm if it is okay.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Congratulations, sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah, it is okay. It is okay. Yes, I can hear you.
It's okay.
Please go ahead, sir.
Please go ahead. Do you have any problem?
అన్మ్యూట్ చేయమనండి మ్యూట్ చేసినాడు ఆయన రాజేశ్వర్ మ్యూట్ చేసినాడు అబ్బా
Rajeshwar, you are unmute yourself. You need to unmute.
Krishna can unmute, I think.
No, Professor Rajeshwar himself has to unmute.
Then call him on his phone, because
Yeah, I think you need to unmute. That's what it says. Can you hear?
Rajeshwar.
He has done it.
Hello? Hello, Rajeshwar, we can hear you.
Sir, what went
Rajeshwar,
wrong?
we can hear you.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Rajeshwar,
but,
we are able to hear.
Something went wrong with the.
Yeah, you
No,
can
but I
speak
think
now.
I'm able to hear you. Do others have a problem? I'm not sure. I can
No,
hear
no.
you.
It is audible to everyone, everybody. It is audible.
Now, okay. Please
Okay.
confirm if it is okay. Krishna, could you please confirm if it is okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now you're
Krishna,
audible.
could you please confirm if it is okay?
Yeah, that's what it says. Yes, you're audible.
It is audible, it is audible.
Yeah, you're very much audible now, sir.
Anyway, I was just about to conclude this vote of thanks. I was thanking Krishna for all the technical support he extended, and last but not the least, I would like to thank participants from all over the world, especially Professor Nineve, Professor Shivkumar, and various other, friends and well-wishers of both Dr. Naveen and Professor Indrasena Reddy for their active participation and very encouraging participation. Thank you all very much. I hope you have enjoyed the session, and hopefully we will continue to be associated in some capacity in the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rajeshwar and everyone. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, bye.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye. Thank you
Thank you,
very
sir.
much.
Yeah. Bye. Bye.